having the true school of music, where the 4 years rigorously is going with the good music, and we are having a very good interaction. Recently, the Korean people came and performed, the Canadian people came and performed. So, and the Bollywood has frequently come. So, curricula is being looked by these professionals, and that is what the 4 years is doing. And believe me, the students of the first year and second year, if you see the performance of these students, they have already more than one, I will say the 10 million followers with these students, and they are performing. So why not the students like Chawak should be given such an opportunity? Maybe after 4 years, 5 years, you are going to buy the ticket to see the performance of a Chawak. Why not? This is the who can make it possible. Only you people, educators. This is the different way to think about the education. Holistic development. Holistic development. Vision University is the, I think in India, I have worked with the many institution, is only university where you can see morning 7 a.m. all the students on the ground. Because sports is the mandatory to earn the credit from the schools. And whatever the sports they like, we are having all the sports, swimming, horse riding, shooting, football, cricket, whatever. But has to have some physical. So this credit you have to earn, otherwise you are not going to be graduate, whether it is a BTech, whether it is a BBA, whether it is a design, whatever. So this is the only 1.5 hour morning session and 1.5 hour evening session. Everyone has to be on the. So this we call the holistic development as well as sparking skill, public speaking, interactions, innovation. This is also part of the holistic. So these are the pillars. Socially responsible. Socially responsible, again there is a training-based course where the students are working with the NGO during the summer term, and they are going to transform some of the downtrodden community. This is a 6-week program, and it is also mandatory for each student. They have to stay in the rural areas at least 10 days, working with the, along with the NGO, working with these people. So they have a feel about what are the challenges actually being faced by these people. So this is the reality, socially responsible and professional. Of course, whatever the engineering knowledge required, whatever the management knowledge required, that curriculum we are not compromising. The complete BTech course, our design course are there. So professional. So these are the 4 pillars you can see in our curriculum. Next. So this is the basically the self-discovery liberal bachelor's program. The Vijay is having the management, law, design, data science, music, engineering, and international pathway. That I will come to one slide. Next. What should be the goal of the higher education? Yes, not first teaching. Because most of the times teacher feels that the goal of a professor is the teaching. I have started with the research. So this is my different way of maybe you agree or not. So first you have to take research and then create and then take it to class. Create and then take it to class. Believe me, the students will love this. Because whatever is already available in the books are here, they have already gone. The students know all these things. So until you are innovating, until you are having the good research aptitude, you are not going to connect with the students. So first research and also you should also think that the part of the development of your nation or economy. Because any university or any institution is a group of intellectuals. And if these intellectuals think that my role is just go and teach the class, I have covered my syllabus, that is not a role. It's a very small way you have defined for yourself. You are intellectuals. And once the group of intellectuals sit together, they can change the face of the economy. They can change the face of the nation. Why not you ever realize to work as a think tank of your province? Develop some strategy, some new way to take anything, rural infrastructure, tea plantation, whatever the problems being faced by. And if you are going to work, believe me that your approach, your perspective will be entirely different to give some good, I think, policy suggestions to the Nihalji to take it a very different. So academic institutions should also think like that as a think tank of the province and society. So whatever you have learned, give back to the system. So this is the something the goals of the any higher education. Whatever I thought, I have just spent on it. Next. Education towards transformation. This is a time where the education is going massive transformation. Whether it is in India or even in Sri Lanka. I have just gone through some of the transformation even in your country. And similarly, you can see in India also. Earlier it was only the 10+2 system, limited discipline, science, commerce, arts. Like this is the way that we know that education system. Uniform curriculum across the border economies and the limited choice. So now the focus is more on the 5+3+3+2 system. This has been recently introduced in India. So where the 5 year is the foundation, and in the foundation here, what is the best part are game changer. Even not only the 5, even up to 5+3, you can give the education in the local language, mother. The moment you are talking to in mother tongue, the students, that things will be very great. And expressing the innovation in the same language what he or she has got from his mother. Just imagine. Why unnecessarily you are putting a lot of research to express your ideas only in the foreign language? Because the moment you put the pressure, his innovation gone. And he is very much struggling just to frame the sentences. Creativity there. Focus and importance, creativity is boring. Innovation is boring. And believe me, just interact with these young kids, you will be amazed, you will be surprised. So these are the some changes which is introduced. Now 8 discipline. Earlier it was a 3 discipline, now the 8 discipline, the business studies, computer science, entrepreneurs. This has been added. So why the student should be limited only on this flexible curriculum? So again the flexibility has been in this part and focus on the skill, social and plan. So these are the focus area new changes. More holistic and multidisciplinary educations. So now the people are talking about the multidisciplinary, another form of the liberal. Earlier our education system, that if the student is sitting in the class of engineering BTech, he is learning only engineering, only and only. He doesn't know, suppose after 5 years, a good graduate would like to start his own company. And most of the engineering students, they are going like that, startup. he doesn't know how to speak with any marketing guys because he doesn't know any fundamentals of the market. Sometimes he is also struggling to work with the financial market. So, and since 3, 4, 5 years of the initial stage of the startup, he is just roaming to fix all these problems. So why not the such type of basic fundamental knowledge? I am not asking about the advanced knowledge. Along with the engineering knowledge, if we knows some of the basics of the marketing, basic of the finance, basic of the design, then students are the entrepreneurs, they start up with the different. And you can see that the possibility of the failure of the startup is very, very less. So this is what we call the liberal, and this is the we are having in our university. The 42K BTech student, 42K he has to work from another school, either from music or from the management or from the law. So these are the way STEM multidisciplinary liberal arts educations. So you know the STEM has been changed with the stream, and now the art is also in the center. So earlier only the science and math and engineering was a prominent in the figure, but now arts is also have taken very central. Transforming existing curriculum, bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approach means faculty has to again develop the new curricula based on the research, what is the problem in the society, and that is the curriculum we can develop. Local relevance to the course, not necessarily whatever I am teaching here, I can teach in other province or other province or other nations. So some local relevance of the course has to be there. Value addition to the community. What is the you are adding some value to the community and enhance employability. So after this particular course, suppose I am teaching economics. After having an entire course, what is the takeaway? What is the outcome? What you are expecting the student should contribute something in the society, something in the community. So if you ask such type of question with yourself, I think you can modify it and you can work with that. So these are the changes. Interdisciplinary research. Research is also, I think, if the different people are sitting together, someone is from the science, someone is from the math, and someone from the psychology. If you try to have this type of interdisciplinary research, many good quality, high ranked journals get the focus on the interdisciplinary research. So this is the something because the people needs all the whatever the problem being faced by the individual, he needs all the solution. And solution is not the linear. A problem is not the linear. So if you work, I think interdisciplinary approach is good. In industry, academia increases. So sometimes you should also interact with the industry. What the industry is practicing. Because this is the part that enhance the employability of your graduates. So if you are completely out of the industry touch, so again a big question mark. You have to think about what you are going to present. Multiple entry and exit. Multiple entry and exits is like a portable mobile phone. If you are not providing the quality education, I have taken admission in your institution, but why I should be forced to complete my entire 4 years only with you? I can take exit, I can go to somewhere else where the some quality faculty are. So this is the multiple entry and multiple exit. Next slide. So adoption of the flexible curricular structure, again everyone is talking about the liberal and flexible. But believe me, my university has started all these long before. Once it was introduced to the NEP 20. Because educationists think like same. And Kasturi Rangan, the great, I think, scientist of ISRO, who was the chairman of the National Education Policy in India, he has visited this room. And he was amazed to see that Whatever I had incorporated is already on the ground. I can see in your calendar. So this is the way of our thinking and this is the way of our imaginations. Long back I had shared some of these ideas to my president. Though I have joined this university just few, but I know my president last 12 years and I am working with him. So this is the way that these innovative ideas you can see in the many curricula in the design communities. Undergraduate degree program of either 3 years, 4 years, MBA, 4 years bachelor degree and 4 years, 2 type of, just imagine how the research now is taking slowly center stage. So one can graduate with the honors degree and same time one can graduate with the honors with research. And honors with research is only available to those students who are meritorious. Have scored 7.5 CGPA or 75% marks, only they are allowed to go for the honors with research degree with 4 years. And what is the best part? After the graduation, if he is the honors with research, he can directly go for PhD, not necessary to have a master. So this is the way the government is trying to promote the research culture right from the young years. It is not necessary that once I am 30 years and more than that, only then I have started the research. Because he is having the innovative idea and it is aligned with the research, nothing like that. The inclusion of credit-based courses and projects in the area of quantity engagement, environmental education, value-based. So, government has also added, I think in your countries also, that environment is a climate change is a major concern for the next few decades. So, I think as educators, we should think that there has to be some basic knowledge of the environment of every individual. Similarly, the community engagement and values. Next. Global citizenship education and education for sustainable development. So, you know the global sustainable goals, 17 goals are there. So, education should also around with these SDG goals and you should also align in your curriculum. Students to be provided the opportunity for the internship. Whatever the students are learning in the classroom is not enough. So, every program, now the government has mandated, even it is a simple arts, commerce, every program the student should be allowed to go and work with the industry, work with them. So practical knowledge, experience-based learning is very, very important. So that is why I think we can also think about the internship in every program. Some of them is about 8 weeks, 3 grade, just skip. Yes. These are some credit structure. I don't know about Sri Lanka. Credit structure learning for the 3 years program 120 credit, for 4 year program 160 credit, one has to work. In our university, the students are allowed to, wherever from which school they have earned the credit, finally they will be graduated once they are having the 160 credit and minimum 30 credit from the major. So these are the sums so that we can be professional, equipped. So credit is basically, one credit is of 50 hours of direct contact learning. One credit in semester system. So similarly, the credit system is almost across the board. So how many hours the students are going to learn from the professor? That is the credit based system. Next one. Optimal learning and support for the students. Basically, every course has to be mapped to the LOs, learning outcome. It is not necessary that you have covered the syllabus, but what the student has taken from your course as a learning outcome, LOs. So each course you have to first decide, from my course the LO1 will be this, LO2 will be this, LO3 will be this. So a minimum 4 or 5 outcome from your course, the student should have a takeaway from your course. So learning outcome, physical and mental wellness, ethical grounding, and formative assessment. Formative assessment means continuous assessment. So not necessarily road-based learning, not necessarily that at the end of course you are only assessing. So these are the some important extracurricular activities. That means like sports, environment, social program, and diverse experience with internationalizations. So global exposure is equally important. Next time. I think I'm taking too much time, so I can complete. Decentralizations, collegiality among faculty members. This is the something which is actually missing most of the institutions. Faculty are not sitting together. Faculty should work together. Collegiality, the freedom to interact. If this I don't know, I should not shy. I can say that this particular part I don't do. I can learn from you. And he can also say that this part I don't do. I can learn. This is we call collegiality. Don't mix it. Mixing up these tables is very important. Faculty development program. This should be a part of a system like this. I will consider as a faculty development program for the faculty. So this type of program you must attend almost every year 2 to 3 faculty development. Because changes is going very fast. If you are not attending, so you are going to be framework for the key accountability and responsibility matrix karma. So this is again introduced in our system. Next one. Focus toward the increasing the graduation enrollment ratio. I think this is also in Sri Lanka, also in India, because the students, how many students are reaching to the university? If the 50% and 60% and 70%, no one can stop in Sri Lanka to be a graduate. The day you have most of the students means reaching to the university level, having the university degree, definitely the economy will change. So this is the very, very important. Support to socially and economically disadvantaged, some of the disadvantages like the remote whatever. Like we had interacted with the school as well. So you identify such type of, you can say the time modes are available in the remote. Identify and don't. Next one. Teacher education is again important. Student-centric learning and critical thinking. So what the students want, if you can start your teaching in that perspective, it will be very good. Next one. Reimagining vocational education. Vocational education was almost banned in our country. So now we have to reimagine, and we have included with our university system. Maybe the students who like to go not the full degree, he can take the exit after 1 year with the vocational training program, and he can start to have some livelihood. So this is the reimagining the vocational education. Next. National Research Foundation has been formed to promote the research work, and the fund is not a problem in our country. Similarly, every country has given the funds for the quality research. Next. Quality academic research, two very significant roadmaps to develop research capabilities among the faculty member and to facilitate the research private university. So you have to develop some plan. Like I had introduced in my university that every faculty member has to at least one research publication in one year. And continuously it is going to blind